I became nervous at the current beef. I don't want to keep referencing them because we're trying to talk about other people, but the beef that has been happening for the last couple of weeks, I became tense when things became personal, like super personal. Like, it's one thing to say, "Oh, I slept with your girl," or "Your friend slept with my friend slept with your girl," or what silly shit, right? Like, that at the end of the day doesn't really matter. Like, it matters and it means something to people personally, but like, we can all go about our business and like it really not affect us because it doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter. But kids, families, uh
But your girl is family.
sure. I just mean,
Because I think that's part of why Kendrick went the way he went. Homeboy mentioned Whitney on push-ups.
I guess what I'm trying to say is saying someone cheated or something like that is one thing. Saying someone's a pedophile or abuses women is another thing. I don't think
Okay.
those things are the same. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. I think at
Uh,
some point it got really serious compared to just, oh, like, that's fucked up. That's a fucked up thing you did or whatever. Sure, is it going to make a dude mad that you talked about his girl? Absolutely. Um, and the reason I say like the family and the kids, Kendrick said some very specific things about the family and the kids. Like,
mhm.
um, didn't he wish him dead? Like, there was that song had a lot of like. It wasn't just I'm gonna mention your kid. It was I spoke directly to your kid. Like, I spoke directly to your. We went through all of this already. I don't want to keep harping on that, but that's what I mean when I say I think it got serious. I think when domestic violence came into play. I think when all of those things started to come into play, then it's like these are things that could mess with a person's livelihood. Like, you can't just say them and then they go away. Um, at some point, I said it the other day. At some point, these serious things will have to be discussed, and it seems like already people are like they've been quiet, so people have time to think about it a little bit more. And so now you're seeing all the think pieces, and now you're hearing all the culture vulture conversations, and now you're here, you know what I mean? So I think at that point you start to worry, like, are they gonna see each other and have a problem? Because originally we thought it was just gonna be words. We didn't think it was gonna be beyond that. We thought we were gonna have a good time with a beef and that's it. And now it's like, I would fight him. I would
Okay.
fight him for
I
what
mean,
he said. You know what I mean?
yes, I understand. Yeah, a lot of these beefs can turn physical. The hope is always that they do not. Um, Going back to the ladies who are currently beefing,
Mm,
I don't really know what's at the core of this.
yeah.
Um, I also see both sides. I see a side where someone puts something on a record and maybe you don't feel like it should have gone to a record, right? Where, hey, Dash is dissing me on a beat from a producer I got beef with, but I don't even know why this is happening. I don't think this should even be a rap beef. Let's just go in the DMs and settle this.
Mm,
Because it sounds like we just need to have a conversation. So I see that side too.
mhm.
Um, I agree with you. If both people feel there's a problem and it can't be resolved in DMs, well, then if it's some rap battle thing, then let it be a rap battle thing. I think that there are different types of rap beefs.
Yeah.
I think there are some where it is a personal matter that has led to records. I think there are others that are just two artists clashing
Mhm,
and they're going to just battle it out.
mhm.
Um, and I think that those battles present themselves in different ways as well. Um, to me, it's unfortunate when the beefs turn into accusations and those types of things.
Yeah.
Um, as great as this battle was with Kendrick and Drake, there were a lot of things that were said that really it didn't have shit to do with who was the better MC. this became like a gossip battle, in a way. And yeah, there was a clear winner, but it still got really weird in some ways. And so I think the same thing happens when you get on a record and say that someone is a drug addict and a thief, and say that they're stealing out of TJ Maxx. Um, so I don't know. It's kind of
Wasn't
that's
the
what.
wasn't the stealing thing? Didn't we all know about the stealing thing?
Oh, I didn't.
I feel like that's a story that was out there.
Oh, okay. So
I
see,
don't want
I'm
to. I don't want to
I'm in
confirm.
the minority then.
Yeah, I don't want to confirm that, but because I'm not
But
looking
you've
at
heard it.
the story right now. But I thought that story was out in the atmosphere, so I don't think that's new information. I think that's might be
Okay.
something that's come up before. It does sound very much like things she brought up that she just knew, like that we all knew. Because like the Ice Spice reference, I assume that the
Yeah,
Ice
we
Spice
know about that.
reference is from the whatever award show they were at, where Ice
Yes.
Spice was talking to Lil Uzi.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Lil
So
Uzi, right? That's her name.
yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Or was, or who knows? I don't keep up with those things. But yes, that is the incident that she's referring
I
to.
just know he's just
Um.
body yada yada.
Yep.
I just wanna ah 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 ah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm always down for a rap beef. Um.
Mm-hmm.
I always hope it sticks to records and doesn't become physical. I think with some, it's obvious it could be physical quicker than others.
Yeah.
Um, when there was a possible Jim Jones and Pusha T beef, that was one of the first things I said. That
Yeah.
that beef could turn physical very quickly, and I hope it does not. Pusha never responded, and so that's that. But I never want things to become physical.
Okay.
I guess we'll see what happens with Sukihana and JT, but Sukihana definitely has a track and is dissing JT pretty clearly.
Yeah.
So
You're right. Well, we'll
yeah,
see what happens.